Have you heard the expression, I feel as light as a cloud? Does that sound inviting to you? Can you imagine going through life without the weight of your past or the worries of the future? Doesn't that sound alluring? At the end of today's episode, you will walk away knowing how to practice detachment by living with lightness. I know we haven't talked about lightness before, but that's what we're here for. Let's begin. What comes to your mind when you hear the word detachment? You might have feelings of coldness or indifference. Last Saturday, I was grocery shopping with Elam, one of my sons. And as we were in one of the aisles, we heard a child cry. Elam, with his usual curiosity, pointed out that the little boy in the cart at the end of the aisle started crying. I calmly explained to Elam that there are many reasons why a child cries. I said, he could be hungry or tired. There could be a million reasons why he's crying. The important thing to do here is to be patient with the mom, as she's likely trying to help him feel better, and we just need to accept it as a part of life. No judgments to either the mom or the little boy. You see, detachment is not about being indifferent or emotionally disconnected. From a mindfulness perspective, it's about observing our lives and the world around us without letting our attachments dictate our reactions and feelings. This mindful approach allows us to experience emotions and engage with people and situations without becoming overwhelmed or overly influenced by them. For us single parents, mastering the art of detachment can be particularly transformative. When we're able to mindfully detach, we encounter greater peace and balance between the daily juggle of career, family, and personal growth. Detachment helps in managing stress and expectations, enabling you to react to life's challenges with calmness and clarity. After the divorce, one of the biggest hurdles my ex and I had to overcome was how to co-parent. How do we agree and set expectations and rules in place so that the boys would not get stressed or confused? It was hard enough that they had to be in two different households, but how would they remember the rules for mom and dad's place? My ex and I needed to come to an agreement for the best of our children, to an amicable co-parenting where the ultimate goal is making sure we had healthy children that thrive and live with joy. Don't we all want that for our children? Isn't it better to have both parents on the same page and reduce stress while increasing harmony in our lives? My goal today is to introduce you to the practical applications of detachment in everyday life. Remember that this skill enhances your ability to navigate both small irritations and significant troubles with grace. By practicing detachment, you not only protect your inner peace, but also create a more harmonious environment for yourself and your children. Would you like to learn how to integrate these principles into daily practices that promote a lighter, more joyful way of living? That's what we're going to talk about next. This week, my boys and I started watching a show called Young Sheldon. The boys find it very funny. Don't get me wrong, it is. However, it also shows how a logical mind approaches life from a different perspective. In a way, Sheldon shows detachment in all his interactions. The show is based on the 1970s, so aside from the boys getting a brush on things that were popular in the 70s that no longer exist today, like the phone on the wall instead of cell phones, big computers instead of laptops, they get to learn how a boy with an extraordinary mind approaches life with the practice of emotional and mental detachment. Sheldon tries an approach to life and his challenges without allowing emotions to cloud his judgment. In today's life, detachment is just as important. Since our world is full of rapid changes and constant demands, understanding and applying the philosophy of detachment can help us manage modern stressors like work pressure, social expectations, and personal challenges. When we adopt a detached perspective, we allow ourselves to experience and respond to life difficulties with a calm and composed mind, reduce the impact of stress, and enhance our decision making. Do you remember when you were learning how to drive? You had to learn the rules of the road, put in your practice time, driving in actual traffic, study for the exam and pass so you could get your driver's permit or later on your driver's license. All so exciting, right? Did you ever stop and ask, why do I have to learn the rules of the road? This past Saturday, Ilan was super happy. He's taller than me now. I mean, I'm not that tall at all. So that wasn't super hard. But that meant that now he can sit in the front seat. He was super excited. So he went grocery shopping with me. While we were driving, he started asking questions about how he would be able to start driving, telling me how he's driven the tractor at his aunt's farm. I started talking to him about the rules of the road, and his first question was, why do I have to learn the rules of the road? Well, the rules of the road are boundaries as to what you can and cannot do while you drive on the road, because you share that space with other drivers. And we all want to get to our destination safely. I mean, if you didn't have rules, can you imagine the pandemonium out there? Establishing healthy boundaries is essential for maintaining balanced relationships. It's about knowing where your responsibilities end and another's begin, which is particularly crucial for divorced parents who often balance the emotional needs of their children with their own. Strategies for cultivating detachment includes practice assertiveness, recognizing when to say no, and allowing others the space to manage their consequences. For example, my boys this year joined the school band. One picked the flute and the other one the clarinet. At the beginning, their dad and I helped them understand the reading of the musical notes and encouraged them to practice. As the year went by, they practiced here and there, and mainly when time for the concert approached. They struggled through their learning and stuck with it. When it was time for the mid-year concert, they were super proud of their performance. By allowing the boys to work through their challenges in learning a new instrument, they were able to succeed on their own. This approach helps children learn resilience and self-reliance, while us parents maintain a supportive but not overbearing presence. Can you see how by integrating these practices, you can strengthen your relationships? When you apply a balanced approach that respects both your well-being and that of others, you're able to not only demonstrate detachment, but also highlight its benefits in creating a healthier, more sustainable interactions. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine is a practical way to cultivate detachment and enhance your overall well-being. For example, start the day with 5 minutes of meditation. This can set a calm, centered tone for the hours to follow. Additionally, practicing brief moments of reflection before meetings or during lunch that can help maintain a mindful presence throughout your day. Let's face it, we all have busy schedules, kids, work, other activities. To keep us in check, we can rely on different things to help us remember, like set an alarm on your phone or use a reminder app for meditation sessions. Practice mindful breathing during short breaks and use meal times to fully engage with the experience of eating without distractions. These practices not only promote detachment from stressors, but also enhance your ability to engage deeply and meaningfully with life's moments. When we introduce new habits in our lives, it means we're breaking up with the old habits. And so there is a natural resistance that is just human nature. We can be afraid of changes, we feel uneasy with uncertainty, we make things bigger than what they are to resist. In other words, we create barriers that can hinder our success. How do we break down the barriers? Start by recognizing and acknowledging them as a part of your mental perspective. Solutions include gradually exposing yourself to small changes, practicing mindfulness to stay present during moments of discomfort, and strengthen the benefits of a detached approach through positive reinforcement. When you consistently practice these strategies, it helps you solidify detachment as a habitual response, making it easier to maintain over time. Continuous encouragement and support from a community or a coach can also support your resolve and provide practical advice during challenging times. We've come to the end of our journey. Today, we talked about mindfulness of letting go, releasing attachments. We've explored the transformative practices of understanding and managing attachments and the liberating process of practicing detachment. Let's recap what we talked about today. We realized the power of mindfulness in recognizing and adjusting our emotional and psychological relationships. We obtained new skills to approach life's challenges with a balanced perspective, reducing stress and enhancing overall well-being. You to integrate the mindfulness techniques we've discussed into your daily life. Which one is more appealing to you? Or maybe you're already doing, say, meditation, or you're working on setting boundaries in relationships, or fostering detachment at work. These strategies are designed to empower you. They provide a foundation for not only coping with them, but thriving in your life. I'm so excited to share this with you. In our next episode, we're going to start talking about co-parenting. I know you guys have heard me talking about it the last couple episodes. This is going to be so exciting. We're going to talk about why co-parenting is so important. We're also going to chat about why that is so helpful to your children. And I'm going to share my whole story about my ex and how we co-parent. I can hardly wait to move forward on this co-parenting journey with you. I know your time is valuable, and I know there are many choices out there. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for deciding to spend your time with me. I will continue sharing wonderful mindfulness techniques with you so we can all live more fulfilled and mindful lives together. If you'd like to embrace mindfulness and learn to bring all these benefits into your life, subscribe to this podcast. Or for even more mindfulness tips to gain abundance in your life in a sustainable manner, you will find my blog and my Transformative Mindset Masterclass on my website, www.getpositivelyiinspired.com. I want you to remember, there is this one tool here. It's called the Positively Inspired Mindfulness Journal. It is available for purchase on Amazon. You'll find the link in the show notes. Make sure you take a look at the show notes. I have the link for my blog there too. Have you heard? I'm connecting with you live. Come spend some time with me. Join me while we talk about some more sustainable living in the moment. I am doing TikTok and Instagram in the afternoons. See you on Monday. Live on purpose and remember, you are positively inspired.